Hi guys, Kingsspeeches here, Cora, aka Steve Jobs. Hi, and this is the co-founder with you of the East Coast headquarters Apple Research Incorporated Labs. Now I'd like to show you a few things to make two personal recommendations for McFound Research Labs, the original one, and of course Apple original East Coast Research Lab Center headquarters versus the West Coast that Steve Jobs has formulated yet. But first, let's take a look at my Google Sprint headphones. How Google's improved my OS system instead of deleting large application packages that it should be able to run and clock it up to 800 megahertz, please. The fact of the matter is that Larry Page, Eric Schmidt, Steve Jobs, and Robert Galucci, chief of Intel Planet Earth, versus smarter planet applications, such as this one here. It's the fact we're going to take a look at Wolfram, quick launcher. For Wolfram Alpha Association synergy with IBM Jeopardy supercomputers. And of course you can tell them, courtesy of Starbucks, Lincoln Center 63rd and Broadway. Not far from ABC World News headquarters, tell Diane Sawyers, and president of ABC News and CNN, Time Warner, a few blocks south of here. Elliot Spitzer and Anderson Cooper et al. Wolf Blitzer. The fact of the matter here is that on top could be AISLE, Apple IBM Synergy Long-Term Evolution Programs, Search Engine, SE as well, and iOS. This is Google, or could be Gazelle for Google IBM. If Google can only improve my OS system instead of messing around with my apps, they should be able to run as a 3GS 600 MHz type CPU, and MIT can tell everybody that all the world's smartphone has an MIT and Berkeley footprint in it, in Qualcomm CPU modem chips. Now the fact of the matter here, you can tell them this heartbeat here says Wolfram Quick, Wolfram Alpha, NASA apps. James Hansen, this is what I want all the data and all academic papers to be accessible from this NASA apps at Google App Store here and at NASA headquarters website. All academic papers written by all NASA researchers and MIT to start open courseware version of it for all MIT papers accessible online, published or unpublished. Now, the fact of the matter for IBM research, I want to tell you about Smarter Planet. Smarter Planet app, synchronizing here. And remind them that on the Droid Charge phone, tell Page Schmidt at Google, testing a C Verizon 109 Broadway earlier this evening, it gives you 16 to 23 megaflops per second by Limpact Android. Now my phone only gets 8. Can you tell them to clock it up a little bit so that at least it can get 10 megaflops, please? And this is what I want McCullough Foundation have a blog called MIPS, MIPS, for MIPS processor by Stanford Hennessy's RISC processor company of his. Stands for More Intelligent Planet Systems. Blogs, and all the MacArthur Fellows are challenged to blog on how to make the planet more intelligent and develop user supercomputers versus IBM supercomputer blogs. A smart planet is supposed to use the supercomputers in IBM. Now this is the IBM MacArthur Foundation new fellowships, Harry Potter, legacy prizes, synergy, connections, liaisons. Tell Bob, chief of Planet Intel Earth versus Smarter Planet Earth with IBM programs here. Now also I want to tell Bob Galucci something else besides Wolfram to work on some of my ideas here and make sure that his 500 megabytes can run on iOS without crashing versus Google Maps 12 megabytes crashes often on the 600 megahertz chip, which is based on your iPhone 3GS 600 megahertz CPU, which runs a lot of programs. Now let's take a break here, and this is the future. personal assistant, John Scully. And this is the front end. IBM should be supplying IBM Jeopardy supercomputer support and tech staff to help SpeakToIt.com do search engines on top of every phone. I'm going to speak into it now. Tell me more about Steve Jobs.
I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for that right now.
Tell me more about Steve Jobs.
Stephen calls Steve Jobs as an American businessman and inventor.
Now, when it doesn't have that particular information, it goes to Google. Perhaps it can go to IBM Jeopardy supercomputer search engines and software, as well as Wolfram Alpha search engines and other things, such as how does stuff work. Kingsspeeches, how does stuff work, Wikipedia, all accessed by IBM Jeopardy supercomputers, and of course, it's the front end of Speak to It Now that Apple, IBM should be purchasing or supplying tech and software support to make SpeakToIt.com the great Google app that it could be, personal assistant to help you find newspapers, ads, restaurants, movies, and including academic and reference papers from online digitized libraries and Google Online Scholar library issues. And you remind by Bob Bellucci's chief for Intel Planet Earth, these are the two things. The MacArthur blog called MIPS to help improve Planet Earth, and then of course Bob Bellucci will read it and my emails, and it's a mechanic chief for Planet Earth versus White House 1 or the UN or EU 27 countries, be the mechanic and help institute these political issues as well as intellectual values, make a smarter, more intelligent planet versus just wasting time holding dog shit pretending it's gold bowling. How stuff works could be accessed by Speak to It Now, as well as Wolfram Alpha search engines with Speak to It Now. Now, I want Bob Bellucci to feed all these ideas to Speak to It Now, Apple iOS 5 and Mathematica on it platforms not to crash, and my special Airbook Edition Max this August the 12th with non-Intel GPU chips by NVIDIA 96 core chips. And of course, Intel Core 7 and the Mathematical Software Professional Edition and MapleSoft Professional is the most important this year. So let's take a look at this again. This is not nuance. Tell me more about.
Let's see if this lack of bourgeois is useful.
Tell me more about Stephen Wolfram.
The wall is the Irish rock band.
Tell me more about Stephen Wolfram.
What's on your mind?
I asked him to tell me more about Stephen Wolfram. He says, gladly, what's on your mind? Sounds like an MIT AI technology with patient-doctor relationship program 30 years ago. So Speak to It Now that is web cloud service that needs to be connected to do these things. As I told Alan Guth, needs to use either Wolfram Alpha search engines or iCloud 2 of Apple's, or tap into and purchase with venture capital help with Alice Wong, others to supply it with IBM Jeopardy supercomputer to search the web, newspaper, and other issues to get better answers than that. But this is the iconic of what the future smartphone should be, as in John Scully's images. We tell Steve Jobs to help implement these things, and new iOS 5 platform and many other issues. Actually, personal recommendation for Apple Research Incorporated headquarters in New York City, and special Airbook Edition Max not to fail once again to remind